am going to, so it is 4 o'clock, people, and I am here. Hey, we're talking about productivity today. I just want to make sure that I have access to my chat room. How are you today? Today is Thursday. It is April the 16th. We are, let's see, how many days before Ramadan? We are approximately 8 days before Ramadan. 8 days. So we are almost there, people. I am going to make sure that let me log on here. Okay, today we are talking about productivity, but before I start, I actually have to start my Instagram. I should probably jump on Instagram in the beginning. Okay, give me a minute, because I gotta start my Instagram, people. You gotta be everywhere. Hey, Insta people. Okay, so we are Instagram. We're here. We are on Facebook. We are on Periscope. And I think I'm on YouTube too. So I'm a little bit of everywhere. So wherever you follow me, hopefully you are able to tune in with me for about the next 30 minutes. I'm going to try, I talk a lot. So I'm going to try to keep it to 30 minutes, but today we are going to talk about how to have a productive Ramadan. And even though it seems grandiose that we set these goals every single year, sometimes we have very little productivity because mainly to do with our eating. So this year, we are going to have a very unique Ramadan that no one has probably experienced. Because of the pandemic, we're going to be home. There is going to be no Jama'ah Salah. There's going to be no community iftars. There's going to be no invitations over friends' house. I would love to hear, how have you made plans to compensate for everything that we are going to be without this year? Would love to hear your planning. Now, today I am going to do something a little bit different, whereas I think I'm going to offer to bring people online. I know I can do it on Instagram. If you want to come on video and tell me how you plan on compensating for your for our lack of having Jama'ah, Salah, Jumas, Halakas, Iftars. If you are on Facebook, I don't think I can bring you on, but I'm going to see. Let me know where you are logging in from. Let me know what thing would you like to accomplish this Ramadan. So I think that that's also really important, knowing what we want to accomplish. Do you have a particular goal for Ramadan? Yes, no, maybe so. I'm actually going to, there we go. Okay. So Ramadan is 8 days away. We are going to talk about productivity because I believe that Ramadan is a perfect time for us to realign our goals, reset ourselves, get ourselves prepared for the coming year. Oftentimes, particularly living in a Western society, a non-Muslim society, we are often creating New Year's resolutions, right? Every January, everybody wants to create a New Year's resolution, which is absolutely fine. Every year I create something that I want to accomplish in the next 12 months. With Ramadan, particularly since it's in the second quarter of the year now, is a good time for you to renew those resolutions or to set new resolutions. Ramadan is actually more of a time for Muslims to, for our Islamic calendar, for us to set goals from Ramadan to Ramadan, right? So we know that a lot of significant things happen during Ramadan spiritually, right? So the angels are given the scroll of who will live to the next Ramadan, right, at the end of the month and throughout this month. And so it is a time where the blueprint of our next year is written and given. So it's a great time for us to realign. When we think about realigning, particularly in Ramadan, we should think of both not just dunya goals, but akhirah goals too, right? So what is your spiritual goals and what are your practical goals, when the things that you want to achieve, be it in your health and wellness, in your business, in your career, relationship with your family. All of those things are things for you to set goals for. So I'm going to take you through my 3 steps of setting and achieving goals. I'm going to try to do a condensed form of 3 steps that I generally have people to start off with. So the first part of setting your goals is to make sure that you are very clear as to exactly what you would like to achieve. And if you've heard me before, you know that I am a huge stickler of a goal having a number on it, right? Your goal should have a number, meaning what is the exact measurement, be it days, be it date, be it size, be it amount, that you will have said, I have achieved this goal and now I can go to achieve something else, right? So it's not, the goal itself is not the destination, it is the one step. When we set goals, we should continue our Islamic tradition, which is begin with the end in mind. We do this all of the time, right? This is literally how we as Muslims live our life. Every single day, we start our day with Fajr because we are beginning with the end in mind. We are beginning with the akhirah in mind, that it's not even just about this life. Everything we do, we begin it with the end in mind. You say Bismillah when you start something. We are beginning with the end in mind. And everything goes back to Allah, right? So this can be turned into a goal-setting technique by you really thinking about what your ultimate goal is and then break it down. Go backwards, so track backwards. What is the ultimate goal? Now, what are the 3 things that you need to do in order to achieve that goal, right? So when you have a specific thing in mind that you're trying to achieve, how do you break that down? So let's just think about it in kind of like very practical terms. Hey, I want to make $100,000 this year. If you want to make $100,000 in a year, how much do you need to make every quarter, right? What does that mean? I'm going to make up a scenario. I don't sell, shoes, right? Say you are selling, hey, let's think of something practical. Say you're selling masks. That's the new thing. Everybody sells masks now, right? So, and you want to make $100,000 selling masks. So you would literally set a number, right? You won't start a business and say, oh, I just want to make a lot of money. What's a lot of money? Is that $25,000? Is that $100,000? Is that $1 million? what's a lot of money? If you set that amount as at $100,000, you know that every 3 months you need to make $25,000. So if you need to make $25,000 every 3 months, you would then break that down to how many masks do I need to sell, right? So if your mask costs $25, you need to calculate, okay, I need to sell 100, what is that, 100 masks, right? So, no, 1,000 masks. You need to sell 1,000 masks in order for you to do that. Now you break it down even further. Well, what are the 3 things that I need to do in order for me to sell 1,000 masks, right? So you are going to take whatever your ultimate goal is, and you are going to begin to break it down in order for you to know that you need to achieve that. When we talk about Ramadan, let's bring it in a more narrow focus, right? Ramadan is 30 days. If your goal is to complete the reading of the Quran in that 30 days, you know that you have, and I do this every year, so I should know it by heart, but I don't. If you know that you are going to read all 30 juz of Quran on a daily basis, you should literally choose the Quran that you're going to read, find out how many pages is in each chapter, right? Is inside of the chapter that you're doing, and then calculate how many pages do you need to read after each salah in order for you to complete that just that day, right? That is a technique of beginning with the end in mind. You think about what the total goal is, and then you figure out how you can break it down. I believe every single goal that you want to achieve is achievable in that way, right? You want to make sure that you are thinking about it as a larger goal, and then you are breaking it down into smaller goals. That's really with everything. One of the questions I think that I get asked absolutely the most is, oh, how do you stay motivated? You stay motivated by always having a goal. I make a goal for a monthly basis. I make a goal, what do I need to do every week in order to achieve that goal? What do I need to do every day in order to achieve that goal? And that goal may be even broken down to, what do I need to achieve every single time I go to the gym, that I sit down at the computer? Like, there has to be something where I am going to achieve this by the end of my time here, right? So you want to make sure that as you are setting your goals, that you're being also very realistic, right? If we're talking about creating a productive Ramadan, set a goal that you think that is you can achieve in 30 days, but you will have to push yourself a little bit to achieve. Don't be really easy, right? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that Allah loves lofty goals, right? So this is something that we have as Muslims been encouraged to set, lofty goals, goals that are big, goals that you have to turn to Allah in order to achieve. It shouldn't be really little things that keeps you inside of your comfort zone. You should actually be able to work outside of your comfort zone in order to achieve it. I have Ayan said, I'm from Toronto. My spiritual goal is to read Quran every day and do a lot of dhikr. And my other goal for Ramadan is to eat healthy foods, exercise, and definitely don't want to gain weight. All of those are great goals, right? So reading Quran every single day should certainly be a goal. So for people who in the past, we may have had an excuse of, I can't finish the Quran because I have to work. I can't finish it because I have school. I can't finish it for this reason or for that reason. Allah has removed all of those things for most of us, right? For 90% of us, except for people who are frontline workers who are still helping to run our countries and society. May Allah strengthen them. But most of us, this has been removed. So there's no reason why we can't make a goal of reading the Quran. Why? Because this is a sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The angel Jibril would come to him every single day during the month of Ramadan, and he would read a portion of the Quran with him. And in the last Ramadan of his life, he went over the Quran twice with him. So this is a strong, strong sunnah that we should try to emulate. It's certainly doable, right? It is certainly something that it's going to take a little effort. It's a great goal to set because it's not so easy for most people, right? But it's going to take a little effort for you to do it. Right? And that effort is going to be making sure that you do a little every day. I don't know about you, but every time I fail to achieve this goal, it is because I set the goal. I say, okay, I'm going to read 5 pages after each salah, and then I get behind. And one day of getting behind turns into 2 days of getting behind, turns into 5 days of getting behind, and then I never catch up. So, inshallah, my goal this year is to definitely finish the entire Quran reading in Arabic, and I will be very pleased with myself if I'm also able to read at least some of it in English. So I'm going to set that goal again. So I am with you, Ayad. We're going to read Quran every single day. And certainly, I am all for the trying to do the healthy food and eating during Ramadan because we have no excuse. By the end of this Ramadan, everybody should be snatched. Really, like there's no excuse for junk eating, overindulging. We have complete control over our entire diet. So everybody should be snatched. Seriously. You want to make sure that you're able to do it. So on Instagram, I have a couple of people. If you would like to come on Instagram and tell me what your goals are, then go ahead and request to join, and I'll click a little yes. Amina said, my goal is to read it once before Ramadan. Alhamdulillah. That is excellent. So you have 8 days to read the whole Quran. Did you want to read the whole Quran before Ramadan or just read it once, like a page? Because there's a difference. There's like 30 section difference, 114 chapter difference. When we talk, so the other thing that I also wanted to talk to you or remind you of, and inshallah remind myself of as well, is that Ramadan is also a great time for you to set general life goals, because we tend to have so much more clarity during this time. Not just clarity in terms of what our spiritual practice is, but when we are fasting, our brain is actually functioning on a much clearer level. Your brain functions better when you're fasting, even though sometimes brain fog can get there when you overindulge after you're eating, but in the state of ketosis, your brain actually functions 25% better. So I certainly recommend for you to use this as a time for you to reflect on the things that you'd like to achieve in your life, right? And be really clear with yourself in this time on the things that you like to achieve so that you can actually set those goals. The third point that I wanted to make is write it down. Write it down. We are in an age of technology and we are constantly typing on a computer, posting stuff on social media, but we know through research that people who physically write it down with a pen and a paper, you actually retain more information. If you can retain it and you can memorize it better, then it is going to be easier for you to remind yourself during those times that you forget. So you want to physically write those goals down. As you write your goals down, you also want to make sure that, of course, they are aligned with Quran and Sunnah, and you want to write down a dua that is attached to your goals so that you can ask Allah to help you to achieve them. So all of those things are really, really important. Rukaya 8 sent, do you want to come on? I see you. I am going to push view. No, you don't want to come on? So I see that people on Instagram, they request to come on and then they take their request away. If you would like to come on, just say me and I will bring you on screen. So if you are following me on Facebook and you want to, I can't do it on Facebook, but I can do it on Instagram, and you want to come on Instagram, you want to come on screen, just hop on over to Instagram. I am Fit Muslima everywhere, FITMUSLIMAH. And so you can hop on over to Instagram and I'll bring you on screen. Would love to know what your other goals are in terms of achieving your goals in Ramadan. So, recap, a couple of things. So the 3 points that I wanted to make today is, number one, begin with the end in mind. Think about your complete goal. What is your ultimate goal, right? Then break it down to how you're going to achieve that, be it on a monthly basis, a yearly basis, a quarterly basis. You need to really think about that physical steps that you are going to take. So let's talk a little bit about how this is also very related to your spiritual attainment, right? So if your goal is, I want to get closer to Allah, right? This Ramadan, I'm going to get closer to Allah. When you set a goal like that, then you have to pair it with action. You have to pair it with, what are the physical things that I need to do in order for me to improve my relationship with Allah, right? And we start with salah. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that of all of the deeds, Allah loves salah the most, and salah on time. So that is really the baseline of where you start when you're talking about improving your relationship with Allah. So now you have to take that thing and you have to then say, if I'm not making my salah on time, then what are the things that I need to put in place so that I can make my salah on time? So it's really that, it sounds simple, but as you begin to apply it to your life, you will come up with ways that you can personally apply it so that you can achieve what that goal is. What you need to do in order to make salah on time is really on an individual level, depending on your personal lifestyle, what you're doing, your work, when you're available, where you can make it, but it is always a way. It is always the best way for you to start to improve your relationship with Allah, because it is the most beloved deed of Allah. So as you create your goals, you again begin with the end in mind, break those goals down. Number two, make sure that it has a number on it. So what exactly are you going to achieve? What is that specific number? Are you going to read all 30 juzzes of Quran? Will you consider it an accomplishment if you get to read 15 juzzes of Quran? Do you want to only have dessert 4 times during Ramadan? Whatever that is that you consider your goal, you want to make sure that you set a specific number to it, a time, a date, an amount, a size. Whatever your goal is, there needs to be a number attached. And then the third thing that I wanted to remind you is to make sure you physically write it down. It is going to improve your comprehension of it. It's going to improve your ability to remember it as time goes on, and you'll be more likely to stick to that particular thing. So I would love to hear how you are going to achieve your goals and if you made a plan. Um, as we do this COVID Ramadan thing. Oh, I also wanted to let you know that I have if you want to know exactly how you need to break down your goals, and if you need a worksheet, I have a free worksheet. I put the link inside. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. Just look in the comments. It's the first comment. Let me see if I can pin this comment. Nope, I can't. But it is the first comment on this video. You can go and download a free 10-day productivity planner, and it is a worksheet for you to use in order for you to break your goals down, to be very specific of those goals, but whether it's your business goals, your personal goals, or your general life goals, right? So you can do physical goals, you can do life goals, you can do business goals. It is a worksheet for you, so you can go to that link, which is on, I will post it after I log off of Instagram on the links on Instagram. Lastly, it may be a sad time for many people this Ramadan we're so used to being around community, but I want to encourage you to use the internet to our advantage, right? We're on the internet to get information about coronavirus. We're on the internet to get information about where there's a conference, where there's this, there's that. Now so many things are online. I can watch 2 or 3 Jummah khutbahs every single Friday because everybody is bringing their khutbahs online. We can do the same, and there are resources out there of people who are doing halakas every night. Go to some of the pages of the shuyukh who have been so social media savvy and being able to teach us, like Sohaib Webb and Omar Saliman and Yasser Qadi. All of these imams, we know Mufti Mink, all of these imams are offering great resources for us to be online and join Zoom, and so we can feel as connected as we possibly can. We can't follow a Taraweeh through the computer, but if you can read Arabic, you can pick the Quran up and you can literally read from the Quran while you make salah. Have salah in jama'ah in your family. Make sure that you engage in dhikr. If you can't have, your normal longer Taraweeh, just remember that Allah sends the angels around any remembrance of Him, not just when we make salah. So get your family together, read hadiths, do your own halakas, listen to a lecture together. The angels gather around anytime you remember Allah. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to connect with your family on a spiritual level, right? We do so many things with our family, and I know for me personally, and other people may be able to relate to this, especially as your kids get older, right? You think about how we have family dinner, we have family movie night, but we don't have a family halakha as often, or a family, let's listen to this sheikh as often. We sit around and we listen to the news, but no one wants to sit around and listen to a sheikh. This is a time for us to change those traditions with our family. So as we do things to spend time together, if those things are centered around the remembrance of Allah, then you not only get the benefit in this life of feeling more connected with your family, increasing the love between you, improving your relationship, but you also will get the reward of the akhirah. So hopefully we will all have a very good, productive Ramadan where we're able to achieve the things that we set out to achieve, where we can improve our relationship with our family, improve our relationship with Allah. So make dua for me, and I make dua for you that Allah brings us all health, safety, and allow us to see Ramadan, benefit from it immensely, and continue to improve our relationship with Him. So, to a productive Ramadan. So until tomorrow, where I will come on also, same time. I think this is a good time. 4 p.m. I think it's a good time. So, inshallah, tomorrow I will talk to you at 4 p.m. And we'll chat again. All right? Assalamu alaikum.